Hey, what's up everyone? Alex here from Star Wars Explained. James asked me to run through every canon lightsaber ever wielded by Luke Skywalker. We all know about the two he used in the films, and now in The Mandalorian as well, but there are a handful more in the books and comics, so that's what I'm going to talk about today. I won't waste any more of your time, let's just dive in. Of course, Luke's first lightsaber was his father's, given to him by Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin's lightsaber, the Skywalker Lightsaber, whatever you want to call it. It's definitely taken on a mythical status by the end of its journey. Luke wielded it starting in A New Hope through many of the books and comics, and then lost it along with his hand at the end of The Empire Strikes Back. An Ugnaught picked it up on Cloud City, and over the next few decades it somehow made its way to Maz Kanata's castle, where it eventually passed to Rey. It was destroyed and then repaired, and at the end of The Rise of Skywalker, it was buried in the sands of Tatooine along with Leia's lightsaber. I think that's almost a promise that one day they will be discovered again. The ancient swords of heroes long gone will be found to repel some new evil. But let's start talking about some of those other, lesser-known lightsabers. In the book Heir to the Jedi, which takes place shortly after A New Hope, Luke travels to the planet Rhodia. There he finds the tomb of a Rhodian Jedi Knight named Hulik, who was killed during Order 66. The niece of the Jedi allowed Luke to take the fallen knight's lightsaber so he could learn more about how they worked. He promptly opened it up and knocked the kyber crystals out of alignment, rendering it useless until they could be fixed. And that's the last we've seen of that saber. It was described as having a purple blade, but for some reason the book Secrets of the Jedi shows it with a bluish-green blade. Moving into comics, Luke was briefly captured by Gracchus the Hutt on the planet Nar Shaddaa early on in the main Star Wars series. Gracchus wanted Luke for his fighting pits and allowed him to wield a random green lightsaber he had collected. In fact, Han, Leia, and Chewie all got lightsabers during that arc as well. Luke didn't hold on to that green blade for long and quickly retrieved Anakin's before escaping his Hutt captor. Next up, we're looking at the 4th annual for the main Star Wars comic line. Luke travels to the planet Hradreek to collect funds for the Rebel Alliance, but smuggler Sana Starros also happens to be on the planet selling the two ancient lightsabers of Darth Atreus on the black market, and Darth Vader shows up too. Of course, all of those characters converge, and Luke winds up wielding one of the lightsabers of Atreus to defend himself, but the weapon was corrupted with the dark side, and it causes Luke's own darkness to come out. When he finally reaches safety, he destroys one of the lightsabers. Furious at Luke's escape, Vader destroys the other. After the events of The Empire Strikes Back, Luke was left without a lightsaber, and the newest run of the main Star Wars comic shows us how he got a temporary replacement. The Force led him to the planet Tempe's in the Outer Rim and the site of an old High Republic Jedi outpost. Inside, he finds a yellow-bladed lightsaber that resembles the hilts of the weapons used by the Jedi Temple guards. But the lightsaber was bait in a trap set by Darth Vader. The spirit of the Imperial Grand Inquisitor was trapped in the outpost, cursed to attack anyone who dared enter. Luke successfully defended himself and escaped with the yellow lightsaber, and he began using it from that day forward. We know that at some point he will trade it away for his green lightsaber, but that hasn't happened yet. And so let's talk about his final lightsaber, the one most recently seen in Luke's exciting return to live-action Star Wars in The Mandalorian. We actually don't know very much about how Luke built this lightsaber in canon. In Star Wars Legends, we got to see it happen in Shadows of the Empire. Right now, all we have is the deleted scene from Return of the Jedi where Luke is finishing up construction. Deleted scenes are kind of in a canon gray area. Some happened and some didn't. The current run of the Star Wars comic will likely cover its construction. At any rate, Luke had the lightsaber by the time of Return of the Jedi, where he used it to rescue Han Solo from Jabba the Hutt. He saved his father's soul and maybe even the galaxy when he threw the weapon away, refusing to use it in anger. He used it during Leia's training for a brief time, and he continued to wield it for over 20 years, using it to liberate relics of the Force from the Empire and saving Grogu from Moff Gideon and his Death Troopers. It remained with him even through his self-imposed exile on Ahch-To, and after he became one with the Force, the caretakers of the island gathered it for safekeeping along with his other possessions. And those are all the lightsabers Luke has wielded throughout canon Star Wars storytelling. Thanks so much to Mr. Sunday Movies for inviting me back to talk Star Wars with all of you. I keep up with all the new movies, series, books, comics, video games, and more every day over on my channel, Star Wars Explained. Thanks so much for putting up with me instead of James today, and may the Force be with you.